Hi, I'm Jermaine, and welcome to today's episode of Pandemic Chef. Today we're going to be making for you uh, my twist on a French toast with a berry sauce on top. Enjoy.
Let's start first by making a strawberry sauce. So I got these strawberries at the store. I ordered from Instacart, and they have these blueberries in them too because strawberries were out of stock. So we're just gonna pick the strawberries out and work on those. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're gonna slice the strawberries in half, one by one. And make sure you keep your fingers out of the way so you don't chop them off. When we're done chopping all of the strawberries, we're going to put them in a pan. We're also going to add to this our sugar. We're using turbinado sugar, but you can use regular white sugar if you want. Yeah, let's use it all. Next up, we're going to add the booze. We're going to have Grand Marnier. It has an orange sort of flavor, and that's going to go very good with the strawberries. So let's add that. Yeah, let's add more. Pour it in there. Tasty stuff. Tasty stuff. Yeah. Let's add some more. Why not? Can never have too much liquor. And to balance it a bit and give it more orange flavor, we're going to add a bit of orange juice. Just a tiny bit. And because we really like the orange flavor, we're going to, by the way, this is a zester. If you don't have a zester, you can use a cheese grater or something like that. So we're going to zest this orange, and a zest will get the really good orange flavor into this sauce that we're making. So it's going to be really tasty. Let's go ahead and zest all of this as much as we can here. Zest more. Try not to zest your fingers because, nothing worse than a finger zest inside of your sauce. A little more. Okay. That's enough. I think we're done here. And be sure to continually stir your sauce because there's sugar in there. And if you don't really stir it that often, uh, you might end up with a bubbly mess like this, bubbly and sugary. And if you do, just lower the heat so you don't have much of a mess. Okay, time for the French toast. This French toast is going to be almond flavored. So we're using challah bread. You can use any type of bread you want to. Wonder bread. You can use any bread you want. I like to use a whole loaf so I can cut it to the thickness that I want because I like to have really thick slices. Um, and in order to cut this, we're going to be using a bread knife. So I guess you were wondering, hey, what's this knife with ridges and it's not really sharp? Well, you know what? That's a bread knife, and it's used to cut bread. So let's go ahead and cut some slices of this challah for our French toast. blah blah. Okay, I like to cut my slices nice and thick so that the egg mixture can soak into there and it gets nice and crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. And because I'm really hungry, we're going to make two of these really thick, thick French toast. That's thick. Next up, we're going to make the egg mixture. It's going to have some vanilla, some almond extract. We're going to use butter later. Let's move that out of the way. And some eggs. So we're going to use 3 eggs because it's really thick. So just crack your eggs into a bowl. We're using both the whites and the yolks of the eggs because they're both tasty. So we're going to crack all 3. And then we're going to add a little bit of the almond milk. If you don't want to use almond milk, you can use regular milk, coconut milk, whichever milk you have. I happen to have almond milk. Got it from Costco. There's like 8 of them for sale. This one is unsweetened with vanilla flavor. Yum. So add a little bit of that. Not a lot. You don't need too much. Now we're going to add the vanilla. And for vanilla, we just need just a drop or 2. You don't want to add too much because it starts tasting artificial if you have too much. So let's add a couple of drops of that. And next, the secret ingredient. This is almond extract. So we're going to add a little bit of this almond extract. It's very tasty. Makes it taste like a fine French pastry. So let's add some of that. I can smell the almond now. And we're going to whisk it. If you don't have a whisk, that's a whisk, yes. If you don't have a whisk, you can use a fork. You can use a mixer, but if you're using a mixer, you don't really want to mix it on high. Because if you do, you're going to end up with a meringue instead of a instead of a mixture for your French toast. So let's mix it until everything's mixed together. Both the whites and the yolks are mixed, and just mix and mix and mix and whisk and whisk and whisk. Keep it going. And once you're done mixing, add a bit of cinnamon if you like cinnamon. Also, if you have nutmeg, you can add like a couple of shakes of nutmeg, but we're just going to add cinnamon here. And then whisk that in to your egg mixture as well. So then it tastes like a little cinnamony, a little almondy. It's going to be very tasty. Lots of good flavors going into this. When you're done with that, you're going to want to put your egg mixture into a bowl. And this container has some edges because you don't want it to leak out. People use plates usually for their French toast, but since we have really thick slices of bread, you want a container where the egg mixture is not going to leak out. So I put some on the bottom, then pour a little bit on top, and let it just soak into the bread. Smells very, very sweet. And just let it all soak up into it. Flip it over a couple of times. And you can do the same with the other one. And now for the best part, the butter. So in a hot pan, we're going to add some butter. Not just a little butter, a lot of butter. Because butter makes it taste good. We're using unsalted butter here. Unsalted sweet cream butter. That's going to make it so tasty, like a dessert. Even though it's a brunch item. Once your butter is all melted and evenly distributed, you're going to add your French toast into the pan. And they're going to both fit in here. So just add them in. Turn up the heat if it's too low. And make sure they're not touching. And one important thing, you do not want to cover this, because if you do, it won't get golden brown. So now, once you're ready to flip them, I like to use tongs instead of using a spatula. So just flip them over with the tongs. Make sure that they are nice and brown on the other side. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get this one out of here. Can we get it out of here? We're gonna get it. Hello, come on, get out of there. Okay, flip both of those over. Let the other side get brown. And you know what? We need more butter. Add more butter. Come on, quick, 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 butter. Okay, now once everything's done, let's take it out. If you see the pan smoking like that, that means it's too hot and the butter is burning a bit. So it's good that we're taking it out right now. Hello, don't drop it. Okay. Okay, for the finishing touches, what are we going to do? So we're going to dress this up with the strawberry sauce that we made. It's still warm. Once it cools off, it gets a little more solid. So we're going to top it with a little bit of that strawberry sauce that we made with the fresh strawberries. And then we're going to sift a bit of powdered sugar on top. If you don't have a sifter, just sprinkle some powdered sugar on top. If you don't have powdered sugar, you can use cocoa powder or regular sugar if you want, or nothing at all. And we're going to top this with a bit of fresh mint. And voila, mission accomplished. This is our final product.